What's up, guys? Gold Gaming here, back with another tank review. So before the start of the video, as I always say, if you want to send me any replays, please feel free to hit that link down in the description. That will take you to my Discord server, where you can post any replays in the respective channel, as well as my Discord information, where you can DM me replays if you so choose. I also have an email down there that you can email me replays, of course with a short description, so I know like damage, what tank it is, and what map, and we'll see if we can get them onto the channel in the future. As you can probably see, we are doing a tank review on the T49. One of the guys in my clan is needing a video on the T49 because he's not doing too well. So I'm going to go and show him the love that this thing can show. So before we actually get to compare tanks, I'm going to show you my loadouts. So I run the calibrated shells primarily because I'm running the top gun. Let me go over to that real quick. So you can see the T49 has 3 different guns. This is the stock gun. As you can see, it is the same thing from the Bulldog. It's the top gun on the Bulldog, and I just accidentally did that. This is the gun. No, wait. It is this one. This is the top gun that you want to run. You can run this one. It ups your rate of fire and your DPM, but it lowers your damage a lot. So you can see this is the 152 caliber gun, the XM81 conventional. I'm gonna have to reset my shells. The thing to notice is heat is your standard rounds. I typically run about 13. I typically run 13 of the high explosive, which is Hesh. This is the high explosive squash head. This is your main damage dealer and your main credit loser. I typically will recommend that you enrich the tank. You're going to lose a lot of credits, and if you enrich it, if you're only going to be playing it, I would definitely temporarily enrich it. But if you're going to keep this thing, it might help you to make a couple more credits, because I of course kept this thing. I love my T49. It is so much fun to just hop in it and just go have some fun and dirt people in the face. We go to the provisions. You see I am running the double cola, as well as the improved fuel. And we go to the consumables. I do have the adrenaline, as this thing is a longer reload. It has a very long reload. And of course the double repair kits. And let's get on to the replays. Or let's get on to compare tanks. Yes, water. Gotta stay hydrated, boys and girls. Alrighty, guys, as we can see, we are now in compare tanks. We have the T49. Don't let the picture deceive you. This is the top gun we're running, the 152 caliber. You can see right there. So I got the T49 up against actually every light tank in Tier 8. The T54 lightweights, the RU-251, the AMX, and the FV-301. So as you can see, there is a lot of green, and there is not a lot of red. So don't let this fool you, okay? And I will explain in a moment. Let's go ahead and go into the basic stats so we can see what this looks like on paper. Of course, we look at the board. This thing, with the exception of the AMX, every other tank has a better DPM. Like every single tank. The Alpha is better on all these Alpha is better on the T49 than it is on every other tank. But every other tank has a better reload and a better rate of fire. Let's see. Shell velocity is obviously better on the other ones as you are firing heat. If we go and switch to the HE, the DPM literally jumps to over 3,000. With the exception of the RU and the FV, the DPM is actually average when you're using that Hesh. again, the Hesh is going to be the Hesh should hopefully be your main weapon. Let's go switch it back to the standard rounds. I'm actually going to keep the Hesh on the T49 because, again, when you play this tank, and you're going to see in the replays, all I am running is Hesh except for when I can't actually pen. You'll see. Again, so the DPM is better when you're using the Hesh. Most other tanks, you're going to be using your standard rounds because that you don't want to lose too many credits. We go down to the weapon handling. As you can see, every other tank has a better aim time, better dispersion, and a better accuracy on the move. Of course, it has a fully rotatable turret. We go to the speed. This thing has 72 top speed, which is, well, with the exception of the RU, is the best. Now, I do want to go ahead and say that this thing does feel very slow. So if you want to run an engine booster with the exception of the repair kits, then that is perfectly fine. This is not the best terrain resistance. As you can see, everything else is better, but you know, it's average. And then, of course, we roll down to the armor. As you can see, every other tank has better armor than you. So you are, just like every other tank, you are going to be heshed in the face, and you are going to be, or HE'd, and you're going to, be focus fired, especially because of your derp gun. And then the other thing to notice, of course, is this thing has the best credit coefficient when enriched. So that is also something to look for. If you're going to be grinding this tank and you're going to get the Sheridan before the updates, if you get a chance to, having this thing boosted or enriched does help with that grind. Same thing if you want to make credits, because you are going to lose a lot of credits when you're firing that Hesh. And let's get on to Armor Inspector. So I know there's obviously not much to show you in Armor Inspector, as literally this entire thing is green. The gun inlet is not actually a gun inlet, as you can be shot through. You will get the occasional bounce on the edge of the turrets, hang on, can I zoom in? It's like every now and then you'll get a bounce right there on the edge where the thing folds. That's if you're lucky, and then of course you'll bounce on the tracks as well. The other thing I do want to mention is that hatch is there. This thing does have 10 degrees of gun depression, if I can grab the gun. So you can use that gun depression, but again, you got no armor, so everything is just going to go through. The main thing is speed. Speed is key. Alrighty, let's get on to the replays. Oh, so one thing I do want to mention, up until this point, I did not realize you could switch it. Let me go ahead and go here. If you look up in the top right corner, let me do this. Right there, you notice how it says Blitz 7.4? Yeah, I was using the computer version. Up until this point, I've been using that computer version. So I'm actually sorry, because there's been times where tanks have different gun depressions and different armor profile. It's because I was using the wrong version, so we'll know that for next time. Alrighty, up next we are on Canal, and of course we are in the 49, as this is the review for the tank. I've got 3 replays for you today. All of them are from me, as I did pretty well, with the exception of this replay, and as you can obviously guess now, this is not going to be a win, but I am going to highlight some things from this replay. Let's see. As you can see, I am the only tank going to this end, to the D side on Canal. So, I'm actually going to get into a position right here where I'm actually turning my rear towards the front of my tank towards the direction of the team, so that way I can get going. AMX 1390 has been spotted, and I was shot by the T69. I do put a heat shots into that lower plate for a average roll, and I am going to skedaddle. I do get shot by some tank, I'm not sure which one, so I couldn't really tell you, but yeah, I do get out of there. There was another shell that hit the ground right in front of me before I went around the corner. And I'm going to pull here. My camera has been reset, so I am no longer spotted, and you see I've got the HE loaded. The stupid Emil has been spotted. I'm going to, of course, load that Hesh, and put a lovely roll, and break his engine, and pull back before I get shotted, and I am also spotted. Now, if you look at our comments, he has just been deleted by the Annihilator. He made the horrible decision to sit in a TD spots. Let me see. We are going to go ahead and again pull back. I am looking for more shots. As you can see, the majority of my team is on the other side of the map, so I have to relocate. I am a potential one-shot to quite a few tanks. I do shoot over there to see if I can reset the cap. Unfortunately, I missed, but I do hit the building, so everything's okay. And I do have heat reloaded again. You will see me switch back and forth, but again, the primary weapon on this thing is that HE, that Hesh. And I switch back to the Hesh to see if I can get another shot. And I am looking at the mini-map right here, noticing the majority of the team is gone over there, so it is time to move again. I do not want to be circled, and I do not want to be eliminated. So, the thing to highlight from this replay is the speed. As you can see, I am already at top speed. I did have help from that hill. I'm going about 70, 65. So this thing can get up and go. The other thing to notice is, because I'm running the gun rammer, I do have a 16.3 second reload. Or, calibrate shells, my bad. If you're running gun rammer, I think you get like a 15-second reload or so. And yeah, so we are going to pull around. I am actually going to focus that T34-3, which is a very team relying tank. I do feel HE him hit his tracks, but I do get some sick air, go around that pipe, and I am going to pull around before he reloads. He has a 12-second reload, I believe. I do get shot by the T49, and I do come right here, and of course I am watching that, because I am ready to put one more shot in if possible. And as you can see, I did just switch back to that Hesh. Our J Panther has pulled down, and the 69 is now a potential one-shots. Now, definitely a one-shot. All you gotta do is just aim in his direction, sneeze in his direction, he's dead. I am actually going to pull forward, put a nice Hesh round into him, and keep going because I do not want to get shots. He's not sitting in one spot as I am on 29 HP. Now here's the biggest disappointment of this entire replay. Stupid Emil is spotted. I'm like, no, 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 no! And I get shots. Which is fine. I mean, as you can see, we are obviously not going to win this. There's no way we could have done that. And I do say GG for because, well, I know what's going to happen. And we are going to go ahead and leave. Again, the team did not win. I only did 1,800 damage, and I made 16,000 credits. I am not running any any boosters, with the exception of the gold booster. So as you can see, with it being enriched, it is going to make some credits. I will stop the leaderboard for damage. Other than that, nothing special. Let me go over to the detail and credits. We can get an idea. Credits earned only made 55,000 credits. If you look at ammunition resupply, that is 19,000 credits with how much Hesh I fired. So you do want to enrich this and have premium time running, as you can see I do. And let's get on to the next replay. And we are on Hellas this time. It's another Supremacy game. For some reason, I've been getting put into Supremacy games all day today, so... this is actually the first... So, the three replays I'm showing you are actually three replays I've done in a row. This was the first one, then we had the one on Canal, which is the first one I showed, and then the last one is going to be the one that comes after this one. Or after the Canal. So, I've kind of gone out of order. I should have went in order, just to be, make it cool, but, So you see we are going to go to pull up to the right side of the map. The majority of our team is coming this direction. And we are going to go up on C-Cap as none of the mediums have been spotted yet. Just waiting to get in position. Our team is capping A. Our heavies and TD have gone over there. We have A heavy and then of course the two mediums. I am looking to see if I can get any shots off, if there's a light in one of the mediums in that bush, but no one has been spotted. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to have RNG on our side, and we're going to play a lovely roll into the side. Oh man, I love this gun. Go ahead and damage this ammo rack and get 644 damage, and all we got to do is pull up next to this rock. The speed with this thing plus the 152 caliber gun is a perfect mix. Of course, the dispersion and aim time sucks, but that's the small price to pay for derp. Mega derp. I was unfortunately spotted again. I thought my camo was resetted. It was, but I pulled too close to the B-44. But don't worry, I'm just going to sneeze in his direction and take him out with that hash. You see, I do have hash loaded. Looking to see where the T-34-1 was. Don't see him, but he is actually going to appear right there. And I do barely miss him. I set him on fire, and that, of course, I hit his tracks. So that was very unfortunate. I am going to get shots, but I'm going to jump the cliff and pull forward. And I do not get a shot in, as the Leo does get a lovely ammo rack. Kudos to you, man, if you watch this. So we are going to go and pull around. The object 252U has been spotted. Now, I will go ahead and say, I did not get a chance. I do load up that hesh, or the heat, just to see. But I do want to go ahead and mention, not many people know this, but on 152 caliber guns, every single tank that has a 152 caliber gun, the HE will never ricochet. It will always do splash damage. It may not be what you like it will be minimums, or the most you'll get if you just cause splash will be roughly 200 to 300 damage. But all 152 caliber guns and higher will always do splash damage. They will never ricochet for HE. Back to the replay. I do go ahead and pull right here. I'm watching because I know ACAP was just spotted. There were at least 2 tanks on there looking for spots, and then the WZ does come around. I thought I was clear of his gun right there, so I do take a shot from him, but don't worry, I am going to put a heat round into the bottom of him and take him out for my second kill. There was like a 50% chance of that going through, so I took my chances and it did go through. That's why it showed red and it went through. He still is loaded, but I do believe I switched to that hesh, but the encounter cap does go off, or the supremacy cap does go off, and we win this battle. GG, guys. This was a decent battle. It was obviously a third class, as we can see. I did 1,700 damage, and made 35,000 credits. We go to the team. Let's top the leaderboard again for damage. The T49 E5 was not too far behind. We're going to go to details and credits. As you can see, 15,000 in the ammo resupply. So I'm going to keep reiterating this. This thing is a credit eater. It is very satisfying to play, but the regrets is the loss in credits. And let's get to the last replay. Alrighty, so this was the third replay I played in the tank, and we are on Dead Rails, the north spawn. While we're waiting for the thing to load, I'm going to take a drink of water, because I am thirsty. Alrighty, so I'm right here, I am typing, I'm trying to tell them to go mid and left, but they are not going to. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is type L with a capital L, and continue pulling forward, but the 71 says too late. So you know what I'm going to do in this situation? I'm going to hold the middle with this Chiri, I think is how you pronounce it, and I noticed the IS was moving in that direction, so I'm like, I cannot do this. This tank does require you to have supports. I do take a shot and bounce a shot. I think I bounced from the 71 and take it from the Leo. Or reverse, I don't know. So, I could have blind shot right there, but I didn't want to risk it. Again, it is expensive to fire that hash. I do get respotted again. I'm not sure how. But the... other was I think there's only one. Yeah, no, so the 71 actually flanks around to that side. I don't know how he gets over there. But I do unfortunately miss. I do pull back just in time to dodge the IS. I do pull forward. I accidentally hit that fire button, and I show my impeccable driving skills and drive into a building. So I am going to relocate with the team. As you can see, this is the second replay I've done that. This tank, the T49, requires you to be with your team. It is a support-reliant tank. You want to play this second line, or go on flanks and deal those big damages to the sides of tanks. With the Hesh, you are able to actually go through the sides of most tanks. You can hit the sides of all medium and light tanks, and you can hit the sides of some heavy tanks and the rears of most. The IS-3, I think, is the one exception. So you're going to see the AMX is alone over here. So that gives me the chance to actually pull up. I do not recommend doing this if you are unfamiliar with the tank itself, but I've played this enough, I kind of know what I'm doing. So I'm actually going to pull up and beta shots. He dunks into the ground, and I'm like, yes, let's go, come on, let's go. So I am going to get up and around. I get just behind his gun before he reloads, and I put a lovely 749 damage round into him and bring him down to a one-shot. The IS does pull up and takes him out for his first kill, and the enemy IS is coming around. So, as I said, this tank does require you to work in a team. I would not be able to face that IS by myself. So, by using this IS, our IS, we're going to take out the IS. I essentially use the IS to destroy the IS. Thanos beam. I should have switched to Heat. I would be able to get a higher roll and take him out, but our IS does take him outside, form a good distraction. As you see, the 71 is over there. I unfortunately do not reload before he goes around the corner. And I try to get another shot off again. I'm not reloaded, and he was taken out by our IS, or the IS is right behind me. So I am going to go ahead and pull up, and the gun dispersion is actually going to be my favorite for this shot, as I do get a track shot with a minimal of 322 damage. I do hit the adrenaline, try to see if I get another reload. Unfortunately, get stuck on this rock, and I'm not going to be able to get the kill. Our IS does a good job and takes him out for his third kill. I do go ahead and mock this guy and put a HE shot into the side, as just for fun. As you can see, that we ended on another third class. Made 28,000 credits with only doing 1,400 damage. We go to the team. I was not top of the leaderboard. Our Hori did a very good job, along with the IS. Shout out to those two. And I am going to reiterate again, 24,000 credits for the resupply on ammo. You want to reach this thing and run premium time if possible. This will drain your credits. I guarantee it. Alrighty guys, if you enjoyed this review, please go ahead and drop a like, hit the subscribe button as well as the bell to be notified when I upload in the future. If you want to see any more replays like this, of course, please feel free to send them to me using the link in the description. That will take you to my Discord server, where, as I usually say, you'll be able to post replays in the respective channel, or you can use my Discord information where you can DM me replays if you so choose. There's also an email down there if you want to email me replays. Of course, with the short description, like the damage, what tank it is, and what map, and we'll see if we get them onto the channel in the future. So this video is actually going to replace the video that was going to go up today. That video is going to be pushed till tomorrow, and that was a requested video as well as this one. And yeah, that about sums this video up, and until next time, we'll see you on the battlefield.